On our last sailing, we spent 3 hours in the thermal suite in Scarlet Lady's Redemption Spa. Was it the absolute best way to spend a few hours, or was it a complete waste of time? I'm not going to make you wait for it. The answer is somewhere in the middle. Well, maybe just above the middle. But knowing how to navigate the experience, from how and when to book to a couple of tips while you're there, that's going to make all the difference between spa or nah. Ahoy, sailors! My name is Rob, and I'm here to tackle Virgin Voyages one topic at a time. Welcome to OVT. So first, spa services are one of those things that you can't book in advance. If you're interested in the thermal suite, you should book your spot as soon as you board the ship. You have a couple of choices. You can book in the app once you get onto the ship's Wi-Fi, or you can head straight over to Redemption Spa on Deck 5 and you can book your time there. But you should know a few things in advance. First, the 3-hour sessions are these preset windows that you can choose from. You can't, for example, book something random like from 1:15 to 4:15 in the afternoon. I'm admittedly a planner, and this threw me off a little bit because I'd planned my day around what I thought I was going to book. But truthfully, there are lots of choices, although they do fill up quickly, especially on sailings when the weather won't be great and everyone's looking for things to do inside the ship. If you want to lock in a time that works best for you, I suggest you make getting that appointment a priority once you're on board. Do know that sea days are a zoo in Redemption Spa, and especially in the thermal suite. Most sailors don't want to spend their time encroaching into their excursioning time. Is that even a word? Excursioning time? Anyway, sea days are packed. Just know that in advance, because fewer people is definitely one of the key things that would have taken our experience from a 7 out of 10 to a 9 out of 10. And to let you know just how busy it gets, because of that soaring demand, the passes cost more on sea days, and these have recently gone up to $59 versus just $39 on port days. Stick with me for about 2 more minutes and I'll share the best times to book and another time that you'll definitely want to avoid. The thermal suite itself is pretty great. It's very zen-like inside and everyone's respectful and quiet. In the middle of the spa, they have a lukewarm pool, 2 cold plunge pools, and a hot plunge pool. Hot may be overselling it. It's not quite as hot as most hot tubs would be, but it's super relaxing. Against the windows, they have their heated marble hammam benches and I think maybe 8 lounge chairs or so, and that makes up the central area pretty much. Down a small corridor, there are the individual rooms. There's a salt room, which is supposed to be really good for your skin and respiratory health. We sat in this for about 5 minutes and admittedly got a little bit bored and moved on. But that was the only room that we didn't love. There's a steam room that's almost comical in that when you walk in, you can barely see the others through the steam. It's really hot and it loosens you up very quickly. I found that I had to cup my hands in front of my mouth to avoid inhaling the hot steam, but we really liked it. Next to that, there's a dry sauna, and I love the smell of the cedar in a dry sauna. Across from that was the mud room. I do wish we'd gotten a guided tour, something we missed out on because of the sea day rush. Because we weren't entirely sure what to do, we followed the lead of another couple who were inside. We smeared the mud all over our bodies and we were told to avoid our face. And we let it sit for about 10 minutes or so before rinsing it off. There's a shower in the mudroom itself, which is pretty convenient. You don't need to go walking throughout the spa looking like the creature from the Black Lagoon. It did feel pretty cool, and maybe it was the most spa-like thing that we did. It was a little bit strange, but I highly recommend it. Have you spent time in the thermal suite? Did you go on a sea day or a port day? I'd love to hear about your experience. Leave a comment below, and while we're paused, please take a second to click on the like button. And if you're enjoying my videos, hit the subscribe button so that you won't miss any of my future episodes. Thank you in advance. Although Virgin does limit capacity for each of the time slots, being at capacity during any of those busy time slots means that you'll have to wait at times for the things that you want to do. There's only one small hot plunge pool that fits 2 to 3 people at most, and there's room for maybe 8 people on the heated marble hammam benches. Those are the things where you're going to likely have to wait maybe 10 to 15 minutes for. Let's talk about those heated hammam benches. Tracy really liked them, but I didn't. They're slabs of marble, so they're literally rock hard, and being flat meant that I felt a lot of pressure points on my back and my hips. I won't often point to other cruise lines for things that I prefer, but I have to say that the heated lounges on a recent Carnival ship that I cruised out of LA were far more comfortable. Having said that, if they were comfier, I guess we would have had to have waited even longer to get one. What's my advice for turning this into a 10 out of 10 experience? Well, obviously, avoid the heaviest traffic. Generally, this is most of the open hours on sea days, and it's also midday just about every day. They're open from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. and often it's a ghost town from around 6 p.m. onward, as everyone has dinner reservations and evening plans. So if you're open to it, evenings are a great choice. Consider avoiding early mornings. As I mentioned, they do open at 6 a.m., but our friends Kristen and Mike went early, and they said that because they had just opened, the rooms and the marble benches, they hadn't really heated up yet, and it took about an hour or so before things seemed fully ready for them. So maybe try the second time slot of the morning. And next, ask for a quick tour when you're booking your time slot and not when you show up and they're overwhelmed. Specifically, ask them how to best use each room and the order that they recommend experiencing them. And last, if possible, try to arrive maybe a few minutes earlier than your start time to get one of the lounge chairs if you plan to spend some time just sitting there listening to music or reading. There really aren't many of them and they go quite quickly. And this should go without saying, but don't throw your bathrobe on one to hog it while you spend 2 hours in other places. Finally, arrive as you are. Don't panic if you didn't have time to run back to your cabin before your time slot. All you really need is your bathing suit. There are locker rooms with private showers. They'll give you slippers, a robe, and towels. Overall, it's a great experience and one that we will do again in the future. Well, that's my insight on the thermal suite, and that's my one Virgin topic for today. If you have any questions, are there any other topics that you'd like to hear about? Leave a message below. And until next time, ahoy, sailor.